If I could add one thing to your management and leadership, it would be willingness. I'm part of an organization now, Russell Cellular, and one of the founders said, it's about bootstrappers. If you can figure it out, you can grow. And what I think they meant about that individual within the organization, I'm going to paraphrase, is that if you're willing, anything is possible. Now, the challenge to that is willingness applies itself in almost all aspects of our life. So it's difficult sometimes to figure out where do we need to be more willing or to have a sense of a higher degree of willingness, and that might be a challenge. Well, I always like to put things in threes or in categories of threes, that there's cause, competency, and commitment. And cause is simply about, are you willing to believe? Are you willing to say yes to an idea, to accept an idea at face value? And then competency is a skill set. Are you willing to learn? Are you willing to look at the best practice and then to apply it and be practical with it? And commitment is, are you willing to risk? Are you willing to persevere? Are you willing to go into something no matter what it takes to accomplish your goal? And willingness fits into all of those. Another way to consider willingness is this right here. Brian Herbert said the capacity to learn is a gift, the ability to learn is a skill, and the willingness to learn is a choice. I want to encourage you this week to look at willingness, to look at how it fits in your management and leadership, and consider that it is a choice. You get to choose to be willing in the circumstances you face as manager and leader. Now, normally I would say do these 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 things. I'm just going to have you do one thing this week that you would target, that you need to be more willing. You need to look at willingness when you accomplish, when you face, when you lean into this task. And I'm going to give you some categories, some areas for you to consider. And maybe this is the thing for you. How about this? Are you willing to change a habit? Maybe it's something about coaching or inventory or how you communicate with your team. Are you willing to change something you've been doing forever and maybe it just needs to change? Are you willing to listen to someone else's point of view, to listen to what else might be happening in spite of what you may believe? Are you willing to accept not having the answer, not having an idea? There's vulnerability in that. There's grace in not knowing the answer to something. Are you willing to let that be part of who you are? Are you willing to appreciate what you have? Sometimes we get so caught up in what we don't have and what we need. What about appreciating what we already have? Are you willing to stop and connect? And by that I mean sometimes we can make excuses about anything and everything in our day, and we think, oh, this is always getting in the way. What if we would be willing to move that aside and just walk into whatever that is and connect? Are we willing to let go? Are we willing to let go of certain things as they exist in our lives? Are we willing to let people in? Are we willing to embrace, assure, and accept accountability, not only for ourselves, for our team? There's so many things that we need to challenge ourselves. Are we willing to fill in the blank? Let's let this one be the last one. Are we willing to see beyond ourselves and do whatever it takes as a leader? Are we willing to specifically put aside our needs, our self-interests, to make the most positive impact on others, to put others first? We're willing to do that, because I will tell you, if you make that your willingness mantra for this week, I'm telling you, the sky's the limit. So walk into willingness. Figure it out, man. Enjoy it, explore it. Be willing to do something different this week and see where it takes you. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.